Monopoly, and we did Monopoly. The last class was about Monopoly, which is a market structure where you have just one supplier supplying that market or industry. That is Monopoly. So today we're going to Oligopoly. And when we talk about Oligopoly, we're simply talking about a market structure where you have few large firms dominating that industry. It's in the industry, like the educational industry. When you have few large firms dominating the educational industry, then we can call it oligopoly. So most of the time, oligopoly is always like maybe 4, 5, 6 firms dominating, and they are large. That's why we call them oligopoly. Do you understand what oligopoly is here?
Yes.
A market structure where you have few large firms dominating the industry. Remember, an industry is the same as the market. I think we understand that, right?
Yes.
So we go to the features of monopoly, or oligopoly, sorry. The first one, few firms. The numbers are likely not to exceed 5 or 7. So in an oligopolistic market, the numbers of firms there are not, the maximum should be maybe 8. That's the maximum. So there are few large firms dominating that industry. I think the first point is clear. Few large firms dominate. Hello? Hello? Stop talking already. The second point, large firms dominate. Because it's a small market, it's a market that consists of few large suppliers. It means they are so big enough to dominate. So their dominance is always felt because they are so big. Do you get the point here? Their dominance, how they dominate the industry is felt. You will feel it because they are so big that they can control the market themselves. The third point, different products. Though the products they sell in that market might be close in terms of substitute, but there's a way, they find a way to differentiate their products. For example, the motor industry. The motor industry is not up to maybe 10 or 15. The manufacturers of cars, but they sell different cars. But those cars they sell, cars are cars, they are substitutes. So if I'm not buying car A, I could buy from company B. Please stand up. Both of you. Can you just keep quiet, please? Keep quiet already. And you to this side. Now, you are standing, but to the other side. To the other side, yes. Pass, let's get him a space around there. Yeah. Great. So, like the motor industry, we have few car industries, few car companies, but they are all selling cars. But we can get to know the different cars, the cars they sell based on their size, their shape, their color. It's going to be different one way or the other. Do you understand the point there? So they try to differentiate their products. Though there are few firms there that we can count their numbers, but one way or the other you find out that they have differences in terms of the products they offer for sale. The next one, barriers to entry. Why is there barriers to entry? There are always barriers to entry because those few large firms, they already have dominance in the industry. So it becomes difficult for new firms to come into that industry. For new firms to come into that industry, the amount of money they will use in starting up that firm will be difficult, will be so huge. Get the point here. The industry is dominated by few large firms. So if few large firms dominate the industry, that means those few large firms control the factors of production like land, labor, capital, and enterprise. They are the one in charge of those factors. So because they are the one that control the supply of factors of production, it means it is only those who want to ensure that comes in, they come in. So if we have 5 firms buying all the factors of production in terms of land, labor, capital, and enterprise, so a new firm coming in might be difficult to penetrate into the market. Why? Because those few large firms are already having a large market share and they have the control of the suppliers. So as soon as they find out that a new business is coming in, they ensure that they buy most of the resources. So when you have to come, because the resources are scarce, then you have to pay so much for it. Then that might discourage you from setting into that industry. Do we get the point on all this?
Yes.
The large firms are dominating. So if they are dominating, it means they control the factors of production. So if a new firm is trying to come into or penetrate into the market, those few large firms that dominate would ensure that all the resources needed for that new firm to thrive will be taken away from him or from it. So it means those few large firms will buy all the resources needed. So resources become scarce in the market. And if resources are scarce, a new firm would find it difficult to buy. Because scarcity will bring about a higher price.